If you say you have open door policy, you're a liar. You're an absolute liar.
City Mayor gets called out on his lies by Big G Audits. Welcome back to San Joaquin News Network. How many times do we the people have to get lied to by our public servants till we realize government is incompetent and corrupt at the highest level? I've asked you guys to send me videos of you going to your city council meetings and you're responding. This video takes place in Kingsport, Tennessee. The man recording has a cousin who was unlawfully arrested, and it's a good thing he has a family member who's an auditor. Big G takes it to the mayor and he calls him out on his lies and hypocrisy, and that's exactly what these lazy bums at the city council deserve. Many times we hear promises when it's election time, but when they get that seat to sit their fat butts on, they renege on their promises. Also, when cops screw up and make a false arrest, they should be held accountable. But they feel they need umbrellas of protection, so the people never seem to get justice. Cops commit every crime in the book, they violate every policy on paper, and government has pretty much become lawless. What's it going to take for government to straighten up? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Let's check out this video. We'll pause for some comments, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end.
Another item I want to discuss is you mentioned in a few meetings back that there's supposedly an open door policy for this committee, especially you, Mayor. You said if anybody has any kind of concerns about any issues they might have heard or anything that they might have possibly seen on any kind of social media, and that if there was any discrimination or any question that you would be glad, or any member of this committee would be glad to come and speak, or you would be welcome to come and talk to you. Is that not correct, sir?
Please proceed.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering how many doors you have to open to come to that open door policy, sir, because I have personally called your office 3 times and been to your office personally 3 times to try and set up a meeting with you, sir, or at least to receive a phone call, and that's been 6 months ago, and I still have yet to receive even a phone call from you, sir, and that's a shame. What kind of open door policy is that? Secondly, or thirdly, I want to commend Ms. Marshall. From all the dealings so far that I have had with this city, she has been the most professional person that I've had to deal with. And I congratulate you, ma'am, and I appreciate you helping me like you have been. I know that you might be being put under some pressure that you shouldn't be because of me, and if you are, I apologize for that. But you're doing your job very well, and I appreciate your time and your effort that you have given me. Secondly, or thirdly or fourthly, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I apologize. First time I've ever done anything like this, so I'm a little nervous. There is a citizen in this city who was falsely arrested by the Kingsport Police Department. He's an upstanding member of this community. He's a teacher, as well as an athletic coach at one of the local schools. There was a clerical error with his last name that caused him to be arrested and taken to jail and booked. He was released because they finally eventually figured out that it was a mistake. I have asked for the records for that arrest. I'm being denied those records, possibly because I didn't word it exactly, but they know what I want, and I'm not getting the records. The man was falsely arrested. The Kingsport Police Department will not even meet with me or consider even admitting to their mistake, although they have already admitted to him the mistake. The man was arrested on a Sunday morning as church parishioners were leaving and passing by his house. Many people saw him getting arrested. There has not been anything put into the public to apologize or even to acknowledge the mistake that was given. There's not anything in there on charges because he's not been formally charged. So the people who saw this man getting arrested are formulating their own opinions, and it's not fair to this man. His name needs to be cleared. He is an upstanding member of this community, and he's been shamed. And it's a travesty that the Kingsport Police Department is not even admitting to their mistake. And it's a shame that this man is having to suffer over that. That's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other citizens that wish to come forward to speak to the board?
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other citizens that wish to come forward to speak to the board? If not, we're adjourned.
Somebody needs to do something about it, Mayor. Man was arrested, his name needs cleared. He's an upstanding member of this community. He's a teacher and a coach. His name needs to be fixed. You need to look into it, sir. You won't have a meeting with me, so I had to come here. I'm sorry that I had to do this in the public, but you wouldn't do it behind private doors. So shame on you, Mayor. Shame on you. You need to do better. You need to do better, sir. If you say you have open door policy, you're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You don't have no open door policy.
No, in the morning. Here.
I'll be back. I hope you've been sleeping well, Mr. Rao.
Take care, Mr. Gibbons.
Yes, sir. I hope you can sleep tonight.
The fact that cops can arrest someone unlawfully and then have umbrellas of protection like qualified immunity is beyond my comprehension. Cops not caring about people's natural rights is like a chef who cooks with expired ingredients and not caring if the people get sick. The amount of corruption and misappropriation of funds happening in government is substantial. They hate accountability and transparency, and they absolutely loathe being questioned about it. Big G brought it to the attention of the city council that the mayor lied about his open door policy and spoon-fed him his hypocrisy. He pretty much wiped his face with an empty stick of butter, and that pissed off the mayor. Auditors are taking it to the next level, folks. We started recording cops in the streets, then began going into these installations. Now we're going to city council meetings to highlight the true nature of rogue servants. It is patriotic to criticize their failures, and it's also the duty of the people. It's time that we all do our part in some way. I'm going to be dropping Big G Audit's channel link in the description and pinned comments, so make sure you give him the credit that he deserves. Before you guys go, we're going to give you the First Amendment of the Constitution. That way, if you see a cop, you could teach a cop. You have the freedom of press, which means you don't need credentials or a press pass to record government officials. The Supreme Court has already ruled on that. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom of religion. You have the freedom of assembly and the freedom to petition your government for a redress of grievances. Keep in mind that you were born with natural rights, and these documents do not give you your rights. These documents are written to limit the scope of authority that government has over we the people. I want to thank you all for your continued support. We'll see you guys on the next video. Keep your cameras handy. Peace out.